of your eyes very well. Did you do something amazing just now? Well, you don't need to explain to me. I can imagine it. I hope that in the future I can also contribute to the well-being of mankind. However, it would be better to have more missions.
So you weren't even traveling together, and still you brought her all the way here. You have a good heart, Miss Kimberly.
You flatter me, Doctor. It was only that the current pushed her to my side when we all fell into the water. And I just couldn't forgive myself if I were to let her drown. In fact, she and I had met briefly before, in Texas. We didn't part on the best terms.
Sometimes, we find ourselves in quarrels, even among friends.
No, we aren't.
Shh. We should let her get some rest.
May I touch her?
Fever is one of the biggest dangers here, though it's still better than diarrhea and vomiting. I'll take her to the veterans' residence for further treatment once her condition stabilizes.
It almost looks like she's only sleeping.
Are you two really not friends? Seems to me that you care for her very much.
She helped me. She was kind to me on the ship. The bloody ship. I don't know what happened.
Shh. Hush, please.
My apologies. As I said, it was only twice that we'd met. And somehow, both times turned out quite terrible for me.
Her hair is so silky. It's smooth and soft, like fine rain in my hands.
First it was Tuesday's motel. Things had turned into a right mess, and I didn't find what I'd lost. Then, in that manner, just as I was about to enjoy a bit of dinner, that wild girl burst in. They caught me, threw me into a tower, and locked me up. I was stuck there, waiting like a lamb to be slaughtered.
But you've made it through. You're safe with us. No one is going to hurt you here.
Thank you, Doctor. Goodbye.
Leaving your friends so soon, lass? Well, come as you are. I'll give you a lift. Perhaps we might have a bit of an old jaw along the way. After all, it's rare indeed to see one of your kind out and about these days.
A lift? Pardon me, madam, but I'm not sure you could bring me anywhere. You're a little too small and a little too stuck in that bottle.
Climb aboard, matey. So where's our heading? Or shall we go for a ride on the river? Don't be shy, I aim to make a friend of you. Don't be shy. I let the little ones play on my deck all the time, climbing here and there, like a bunch of cheerful little monkeys. And not just them. I ferry the good doctor from here to the veterans' residence, too. You'll have to wait till we reach the sea to see me at my full size. Once the water opens up, that's when I'm really free. Now, I ask again, where are we going, mate? Can't just let the wind decide our course.
Why not? I should like to go somewhere nobody will ever find me.
I'm afraid there's precious few places like that anymore, lass. I've spied the globes they've got nowadays. Seems like every last step has covered the four corners and back. But aren't you a strange sight, lass? You know, I've seen your kind before. Beautiful to look at, aye. But there's a darkness in you that lies beneath the surface, isn't there? But you're not like the rest of them, you'd say. Well, I would sooner believe in a map to El Dorado before I'd swallow the idea of a succubus with a heart of gold. So, is that girl your master? Did she have your seal? If that were true, then heart of gold or coal wouldn't matter for none. You'd be as thick as old tar. What? Are you wondering what gave you away? Your gloves don't do much to hide those claws. I could feel them pressing on my railings as soon as you hopped on. No use hiding them now, matey.
You! Are you going to turn me in?
Turn you in? And how do you suppose I do that? I'm only a ruddy ship. Bring me back up on land and I'll be stuck right back in the bottle. No, lass. I've sailed with rougher folks than you. My old captain had a bounty on her head, too.
Well, just so you know, I very much doubt they'll pay you anything for handing me over.
Maybe so, maybe so. Now, you've got the law in your tailwind. What happened? Did you spring loose from the old gibbet? Mark me now, young lass. If you're going to try to pull one over on me, you'll have to do a lot better job than that.
Are you mocking me? This is not how one ought to treat a new friend.
Quite right, lass. So then, who are your pursuers? And your master? Shouldn't you be under his protection? My old crew would say any captain that can't keep a ship safe is only good for bait.
I have no idea where he is, or where my seal is for that matter. He was a no-good fool, though. Or only good for bait, perhaps. I hope he's dead, rotting in some sewer back in San Francisco.
Aye, well, mortal flesh doesn't last long. I've ferried many a passenger in my days, but none yet have escaped when Davy Jones came calling their name. As I recall, the first that went was William Halfleg. He lost the other half in a fight at the port of Southampton, hanged on the governor's orders. And Edward the Red Hand, a nasty piece of work from the Low Countries, loved a bit of throat-cutting, until he got his own throat slit by some fool in a ramshackle pub on Tortuga.
Sounds as though they got what they deserved.
That they did, lass. They all got what they deserved. Some hanged, some drowned, some we marooned on a desert isle with naught but a pistol and a flagon of rum. I've been to Plymouth, Nassau, Port Royal. I once even slipped into Seville disguised as a merchantman to smuggle pepper and cinnamon. Wherever the captain wanted to go, we sailed. But one by one, Davy took them all. Now here I am, a ship without a captain, my own master. I suppose that's a lot to take in. You ever thought about living a different life? To set sail for some far corner of the sea? Living on spiced rum and jerky thick as a buccaneer's hide? How's that sound, lass? Not that I'm saying we set sail today. It's only a bit of old fancy.
I really can't say, Chippy. I suppose I can't. Not yet, at least. There is something important I need to retrieve.
That's Captain White Rum to you. The ship of a captain and captain of the ship.
I prefer... Wait. Sorry. What did you...
Seasick? I hadn't thought your kind capable of it.
I didn't expect this, either. What now?
Caramba! I like this girl, she's feisty. We're with the Brotherhood, Gorota. You apologize, now we might just let you go. Don't you know that Lord Santos is back? We can make this rougher for you if you like.
Careful, me lads. I wouldn't pull those knives. Things may go rougher than you'd bargained for.
Not so tough now, are you boys? Try this again, and I'll make a mince out of what's left of you.
I know your fathers, me boys, and I think they wouldn't be none too happy to hear you claiming to be with the Brotherhood.
Let go. We're wasting our time here.
Bilge rats, the lot of them. Not even fit for the apostles. Brotherhood always lets their knives do the talking. If there'd been any doubt of what you are, lass, that fight sure cleared it up.
Also got my enemy in my own way. Or this useful? Yeah, that's your idea. Great. No mistakes. Time to turn the page. I said hello. How welcoming. Or this one. Made it feel mine? Fine. Like a metaphor? Oh, you deserve it. Hilarious. How welcoming. And useful party planner. Or this one. Time to turn the page. To transcribe. Huh. Careful with the pages. Made it feel mine? Fine. So that's your idea. Oh, you deserve it. Thank my water. Break it, break it. Oh. It hurts. Whoa! Let's do this part. Or this one. No full wishes to me. Now it's easier to understand. Like a metaphor? It's time to say goodbye. Don't miss me, really. I'll be back.
listen up. We're the Apostles' Brotherhood, not some worthless favela gang. So we start off nice and easy. And if the doc doesn't play along, well, then we make her play along. Claro?
Hola. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Hey, is she really blind?
I'm afraid yes. But please don't worry. I'm more than able to treat all my patients. Are you feeling unwell, sir? Sir?
We heard that you're a good doctor. We got someone who needs your help. You're Dr. Doris from the Veterans Residence, right?
Yes. And may I know who you are? I won't turn away a patient, but I'll also need some assurance that you can be trusted, sir.
So, is she coming with us or not?
Did you hear that?
Sounds like some kind of explosion near the clinic. Should we go back?
It could be an accident, but she's got away with her equipment. Doubtful she's the cause of this. Steady on then. Let's hurry back and see for ourselves. That's not how you treat a doctor, lads.
What are you doing to her?
Lord Santos would like to have a word with the doctor. That's all.
You're not taking her anywhere. Don't you see she's taking care of this girl?
Yeah, I'm not asking for permission, sweetheart. Grab the doctor. Ice the rest of them.
I also got my enemies in my own way. This book? Or this one? I said hello. Great. No mistakes. Like a metaphor? This book? I can't read it. You don't drink this every day. Did I miss something? Or this one? Fine. Made it feel mine? Like a metaphor? Hilarious! You don't drink this every day. It's gonna break! It's gonna break! Fine. Whoa! Like a fountain! to us? I mean, what does it prove?
Stop! Enough! I won't have you fighting in my clinic.
Doctor?
But they've got the girl, Doctor.
This lady definitely isn't from the favela. So what's she doing here?
She's ill. She needs my help. That is all I ever ask.
Well, all we need is you, Doc. So how's about we make a deal? You come with us, we let the rest of your friends go. Understood?
So be it.
Please, Doctor, stand aside. I'll happily take care of these rats.
I have no doubt about that, miss. However, once violence starts and blood is spilled, there will be no end to it. For now, I would be happy to meet with the Senor Santos and seek out a peaceful resolution. I'll come with you.
See? We can all be friends.
Martin!
If she doesn't wake up tonight, take her to the veterans' residence first thing in the morning.
All right, get the doctor straight to his reverence.
Have a good rest, did you, Sleeping Beauty?
Martin!
You've missed quite a bit. All terrible, I'm afraid.
Where am I?
You and this lass were drifting down the river after your ship went down. You'd have met Dr. Torres had you woken up a little sooner.
Doctor? Dr. Torres. Yes. She's a doctor from the veterans' residence. She saved you from the very claws of death. She...
Aye, you were burning up, lass. But the good doctor pulled you through. She was right there by your bedside the whole time. The good news is, we think she's still alive.
Still alive? What's the bad news, then?
The bad news is she's been snatched up by the Apostles' Brotherhood.
What?
Rest now, lass. They aren't likely to hurt her for now. You'll need your strength for later. Some scallywag by the name of Santos wanted to have a word with her, so they said.
But La Pera and Sotheby, Where are they? I remember we all fell into the water. I'm sorry, I didn't see them. I only... We washed ashore together. My map. Have you seen it? I have to get to the veterans' residence. They may very well be waiting for me there.
Well, I may be just the ship to get you there, ladies.
You're a clever one, viejo. I like working with your type.
Much appreciated. I've tried to pick up a thing or two over the years.
You've had plenty of time to learn, a man of your age. By the way, what about that girl? Where'd she go?
Dunno. Maybe got scared away. You know how little rich girls are. I'm certain she's found her way back to her daddy's bodyguards. She'll be no cause for concern.
Fine, fine. No need to worry about this spoiled little girl. Now this bastard, on the other hand.
Leave the boy be. He's not got much time left if he doesn't give up those names. Hot enough out here? Luckily, I've got a bit of vino left. You a fan of wine, Senor Marcando? I'll fetch some for us, and all the brothers and sisters here. Let's drink to the Brotherhood and the opportunities that lie ahead.
You old fox, I see your game. But why not? We could all use a drink.
You, over there! Keep a watch on this guy. Don't let him get away. Finally.
Duncan, you nearly had me there. When did you plan all this?
I've had it brewing for a while, but things have been changing fast lately. Honestly, I didn't expect to be doing this now.
There's enough snoring syrup in the wine now to put them all in a dreamy, deep, deep sleep. Oh, but might it have had a stronger effect if I had included a dash of slumber belladonna in the recipe?
This will be more than enough, little lady. We only need to get them to drink the wine. Then...
Oh, then you must Let's drink this. Just a drop. It will stay on your tongue and prickle around in your mouth. That way you won't drift off like the others. I've concocted much tastier potions before, but this one...
It'll do just fine. Thank you, little lady. Pass me the wine and wait for my signal. When you hear me playing this flute, you'll know it's time to strike. The wine's here! Courtesy of an old friend from Mexico. Take a glass, everyone.
Here's to His Reverence's good health.
To His Reverence's health.
To Marcando. To the Invincible Brotherhood.
To Marcando!
Duncan, that's your flute. Give it over. This is a fine flute. Duncan, did you said that you got a friend in Mexico? Huh? You know that old Mexican song, La Llorona?
That I do! I learned it from the best! In the cactus back in Tulum. From a fine young lady with silky hair and gentle eyes as dark as coffee.
Claro. So, how fine was this chica, huh?
Don't let me start spinning that yarn. It'll be no fun for you to watch an old man bursting into tears. I'll only say I was heartbroken by the time I left. That love of mine. Anyway, enough about the old flames of yesterday. Let's raise a glass to a better tomorrow.
To poor old Duncan.
To poor old Duncan.
It's time.
Good. Good music. Who are you?
I also got my enemies in my own way. This book? It could be found. Or this one. Time to turn the page. Aha! it. Break it.
Great. No mistakes.
Fine. Isn't that useful? Oh, you deserve it. Thanks, my water. Time to check my calculation. Like a metaphor? This one, the final demonstration. Useful? Party planner. To transcribe. Welcome to the world of numbers. To read. I said hello.
Lopera! Galeno! Come on, give me a hand!
Oh, pinche traidor!
Time to cash you out.
You'll be begging for Lord Santo's mercy.
Be reasonable, kid! The Brotherhood is finished! Your time's up! Don't let them slip away!
Mr. Carson, but you...
Let me.
Think you can handle this?
Yeah, I've got it. For the favela, the Brotherhood must go!
Sorry to put you through all that, kid.
Don't mention it. If this means we can get rid of them for good, it'll all be worth it. So what's next?
Next, Zeno will come around to pick you up. But first, we've got to get back to the veterans' residence.
No, senor. One of you has to stay. The people need to see you, or they'll worry that you've deserted us.
I can make it there on my own. Stay with them, Duncan.
And me! I've seen there are many sick children here in the favela. I'm certain that I could do something to help them.
I'm not sure it's a good idea, Sotheby. The favelas can be dangerous if you don't know them.
The brave young lady can stay with me if she likes. I'll keep her safe. What do you say to that, little lady?
Miss Sotheby is never afraid.
It's decided then. Lopera, head for the veterans' residence. Tell them what happened and contact Admiral Igor from there. Galeno! You've done us proud, kid. If I were king, I'd have made you a knight. Who knows? Maybe the little lady could do that for us. But first, young Galeno, we'll seek another deed worthy of knighthood. It's time we fight for our people.
You ever been to a veteran's residence? Not many young faces there, besides Lopera. As far as the doc goes, doubtful anyone knows her real age. And even the saltiest sailor knows better than to ask a lady her age. Ooh. I see that joke missed the bow, so to speak.
No. It wasn't a bad joke at all. Really.
Aye. Thanks for the kind words, lass. But best to leave old Flotsam where it lies.
Have you been feeling this sweet young lady's head with your tall-tailed shippy?
Sorry to show up without proper notice.
Oh, don't worry about it. Any friend of Lopera is a friend of ours. Oh, if you'd come a couple of days earlier, we would have introduced you to Senor Duncan and Dr. Doris. But they've not been around in a while.
That's a shame. I was looking forward to meeting them. Hopefully we'll see them soon.
You know, I knew a girl who looked just like her, a caregiver here way back in the 60s. Back when this place was called heartfelt home. But it can't be her now, can it? Besides, I'm old now, and my memory is a bit fuzzier than it used to be.
May I see Dr. Dora's room?
She wouldn't mind, but please be careful not to move anything. It's that one over there, dear. She never locks the door.
Hmm? How dare you scratch me! Get back here, you fluffy rapscallion! I'll have your tail, you hear me?
Do be careful, Miss Kimberly.
How did that happen? And how long have you been standing there?
Just a little while. Funny, I've never thought to open a door like that before. Come along, let's take a peek inside. Hmm?
Huh? What's this red button on the chair? Good for nothing.
These must be articles that she hasn't sent out yet.
She's a good woman. And her room smells like a good woman's room. You don't find many of those around these days.
What makes you say so?
Well, firstly, she did save your life. And secondly, it's hard to explain. Good people have a smell. A pleasant one. My nose has never been wrong. Burton.
We'll bring her home safely.
This typewriter seems like it's seen a lot of use.
Do you see any drafts? Any samples?
I can't say. I'm not very familiar with these things. Take a look. She signed something here. But I thought her name was Doris.
visitors.
Thank goodness. You survived too. What about Sotheby? Oh, something happened in the favela earlier, so she decided to stay there. Don't worry, Duncan's with her. We've got bad news. Dr. Doras has been abducted by the Brotherhood. What? Idiotas! What's wrong with them? Ugh, guess I'll call the base. Mi viejo will figure something out.
Think me, Lepera! I thought you'd been sent to Davy Jones' locker.
Why did you think that? I'm tougher than the stubble on the chins of the old geezers here. I'm like you, a ship that'll never sink. Timekeeper? Who's that over there? Kimberly? Did mi viejo let you go? Oh, Timekeeper, let me explain. When we were routing out the deserters, we found Kimberly hanging out with the Manus thugs. Pa took her off somewhere, and he always has a plan, so I didn't bother asking where she ended up. Hey, come over here and say hi. When did Pa let you go? Or did you sneak out somehow? I think, Miss Kimberly, didn't you pull me out of the water?
How did you know?
Shortly after my fever subsided, I started to remember what happened just before I lost consciousness. There was a voice ringing in my head. It was you calling out to me.
Vertin, I can't have you dying here. You mustn't give up. What? I did not say that. I just took you to the doctor and left.
Aye, 'tis true what Vertin says. Though Kimberly denies it, she chose to save her. Even when she had plenty of chances to blow the lass down. She's a good lass at heart. Not an enemy, Lepera.
You have to understand, it's pretty hard not to suspect someone who hangs around with the Manus. Anyway, I guess there must have been some kind of misunderstanding. Back then, I didn't have time to... In any case, I'm sorry, Kimberly.
It's fine, but don't think I'll forgive you so easily. Speaking of the Manus and the Brotherhood, I never quite understood what they were trying to do.
I don't blame you. I still don't really get it either. So you're really not in the same boat as them?
Of course not! I don't have a boat! No, I mean, I'm not in any boat with anyone! If only I'd found my... Listen, I don't know who it is you're looking for, but it's not me. I've already told you everything I know. If I'm not welcome here, I'll get out of your way. Just... please, don't take me back to the place. I don't want to see that thing ever again.
All right, girls. If you want to have a chat, at least take a seat first. It simply won't do to have you all standing around the entrance like this.
Eating candy is bad for your teeth, Bobo.
Oh, I'm much too old to worry about that. When you reach my age, and just waking up each day is a blessing, you'll eat whatever you want, too.
Mamai Mariana, could I have a word with you, please? I have some questions about Mr. Duncan.
Oh, Duncan. What kind of trouble has he stirred up now? All right, then. Why don't we head inside and give those two some space? And Lopera, apologize to that poor girl properly. You hear?
Mi viejo released you, which means you can't be trusted. And you saved Verton's life, too. I guess I shouldn't have been so hostile towards you. Here, have a drink. As a token of my apology. Salvadoran coffee. Great if you need to pull an all-nighter.
So bitter!
Yep, bitter like the old days. You know, back in Colombia, my father did horrible things to his plantation workers. Well, my biological father, not Igor. He said, "No, that's not the sound of gunfire outside. The workers are setting off fireworks. They're celebrating." But they weren't fireworks. He betrayed his workers, his compatriots. It wasn't a celebration. It was a massacre. After that, I ran away from home. One day, the Admiral and Molly found me. That's how I joined Xeno. Betrayal's as common as dirt here. Comrades, friends, family, anyone could sell you out. And for cheap, too. I hope you can find your boat soon. You know, a place where people have your back.
Can I not drink this?
Of course. Don't force yourself. I know the taste isn't for everyone. Carlota Lopez Rivera. That's my full name. Bit of a mouthful, huh? I wanted to erase it from my profile. From everywhere, to be honest. But mi viejo disapproved. Molly agreed with him. She said, "You mustn't forget your past, Beta." So I let it go. But Lopera sounds so much nicer, so I preferred to go by that. And you, Kimberly? What's your real name?
Nala. Nalahari. The residents of Heartfelt Home called me Anjo Nala.
How long ago did Mr. Duncan move here? Do you remember?
It must have been 5, maybe 6 years ago. I'm not entirely sure.
Do you have any photos of him?
We do have one, but he's been gathering dust for years. Let me see. Here. This is him.
I know a gentleman who looked just like him. His name was Carson. Did Mr. Duncan ever go by that name?
No, not that any of us are aware of anyway. And I've known him since I was a medic in the army. Back then, people called him Duncan the Dauntless, or the all-powerful Duncan. I never once heard Carson or anything of the like. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, minha querida.
A crow?
Oh dear, this looks like bad news.
Santos. Dr. Doras is being held captive in the Colonel's manor. He's given us 3 days. He says that if Zeno doesn't return the deserters they detained, he'll execute the doctor. Mamai Mariana, please contact Admiral Eagle. We need Zeno's help.
Ah, Igor. How are things in San Paulo?
Worse than expected. I have a small number of troops with me, but not enough to deal with the situation. Things have gotten out of hand. At least one of the Apostles' Brotherhood leaders has pledged allegiance to the Menace.
Brotherhood. These new gangs just keep popping up, don't they? It's like cutting down sugarcane. Before you know it, another one's grown in its place.
Carlos has been murdered by his own subordinates. Even now, some of the deserters are with the Brotherhood.
Did you catch them?
Some have already been executed. The rest will be transferred to headquarters for interrogation.
Good. What assistance do you require, comrade?
An army. A reliable one.
An army? I'm afraid that's not possible. We simply don't have the men to spare.
It doesn't need to be large. Just dispatch my Sentinel unit from Buenos Aires to São Paulo. Or, at the very least, Saint-Remy.
Ptolemy? Ah, one of your orphan children. That seems like a feasible solution.
Yes. His parents died fighting for Zeno. All my children are loyal to a fault. Officer Carlos was shot in the head by one of his own men in this very office. I need soldiers I can trust.
Ah, so the fearless Igor is afraid of death after all.
An officer was killed by his own soldiers at his own base. This is an immense stain on Zeno's honor.
Indeed. If everything goes according to plan, you'll see your unit shortly.
Now it's just a matter of time. Я видел ястреба, что гнался за голубкой, и бога солнца, который туго натягивал свою золотую тетиву. Я наблюдал, как приветствовали деревянного коня на наших землях, и как из священного фонтана текла кровь птенцов. Да. Но человек с решительным умом и гордостью знает, что его город выстоит, его стены будут крепки, и он будет непоколебим, как ядро земли. Какой грех! Жребий брошен. Белый саван покроет его, и он будет окутан мраком. Это все для светлого будущего. Лучшее будущее для всех.
Адмирал.
Come in.
Yesterday, we received word from the Timekeeper that Dr. Torres has been abducted by the Apostles' Brotherhood. She should be coordinating with Lopera to set up a rescue operation as we speak. Also, that girl who escaped, Kimberly, is with the Timekeeper. She claims that she was released.
Just play along with your lie. There is no need to tell Lopera the truth.
The Brotherhood has demanded that we exchange the detained deserters for the Doctor. Forgive me for issuing instructions without your consent, but if we refuse or ignore them, I'm afraid they'll
execute the Doctor. What arrangements did you make?
I told the Timekeeper that Xeno reinforcements would meet her at the veteran's residence. Since Lopera is familiar with the place, I also asked her to scout out the rendezvous location. And yes, I played along with Kimberly's lie. I assumed you would have done the same, Father.
Very good. Your squad will soon arrive. Take them to Lopera at the rendezvous point and bring the Doctor back.
A squad?
I have spoken with headquarters. All going well. Telling me and the unit will arrive soon.
I see. I can hardly remember the last time we were all together.
Your father died in Abadan. In a war he had no obligation to fight in.
It's far more glorious to die in the throes of battle than to wither away on a sick bed. He made an honorable sacrifice.
How shameful that we would tarnish his honor. Let's begin with that young pilot, Lilia. Tell me, what do you think of her?
She's well-trained, experienced, a straight shooter, similar to Lopera in many ways.
She's a true Slav, just like my brothers and sisters back home. I suppose she's luckier than Lopera, not destined to become a traitor like her.
Lopera is still a child, really.
So many lives have been lost. In wars, in the storm. What do you think Lopera will do?
She's your child, just like me. I think she will stand with us.
You think? Do you? Anyway, she's not important. Here, take a look at this. I will not wear it. Nor will you. I promise you, not one of us will wear this thing. The preacher has given us a gift and shared with us an oracle. We will bring her something in return. Fire and brimstone rained down from heaven. Yet among the ruins were covered the remnants of a miracle. A miracle that is living, breathing, and growing. I can sense their life force. I can hear their whispers from within these ashes. Moldir, they are invincible. Rather than endlessly throwing young soldiers' lives to the white stone house, I choose to stand with the true future.
I will always stand with you, Father.
A gambling game's been set up in a place unfamiliar to you. Soon, you'll be invited to join the table as well. Huh. You seem to have grown quite assertive. But remember this. As a newcomer to the table, you have no privilege to make demands or probe for information unless you're looking to be targeted and isolated. You have to lose a few rounds. Pay your entry fee. Only then can you start to learn the secrets of those at the table. The players' backgrounds, the dealers' habits, and the truth behind the highest stakes gambler. It's baffling to me. Why would anyone travel halfway across the world just to throw away their money? Disappointing indeed. To think you're entangled in such empty words. Some are so captivated by these grandiose phrases that they feel empowered when using them. Despite their vapidity, it makes them feel important. Huh. Hypocritical. Delusional even. Oh, quite the opposite. The odds are rarely equal. Your opponents could have any number of advantages stuffed up their sleeves. A larger stack of chips, easier winning conditions, or even the power to change the rules. Want a fair game? You gotta fight for it. By any means necessary. The white suits always play it safe, carefully hedging their bets, while the black robes plot to overturn the table. Clever? More like cretinous and atrocious. Once the table's flipped, there'll be nothing but chaos. Who would bother to set it right again? No one.
Arcanist, abuses alcohol, and loves to fight. Messenger, call Lieutenant Lilia. Tell her to meet me at the training ground. How does it compare to the drink back home?
The stuff saps your energy. Makes you feel sleepy.
Just like this land. This place is always submerged in a half-dead stupor. Poverty, chaos. To them, the future feels farther away than the sun beating down from above. Tell me, Lieutenant, what do you think of the Foundation?
Is this some kind of test?
No. Just the curiosity of an old man. I often wonder how the younger generation views the organization.
Well, unlike those Manus maniacs, the people at the Foundation are at least open to reason. Don't get me wrong, they're stubborn, but overall, I think they're good people. The Timekeeper's red-headed sidekick, for example. She's a stickler for the rules, but it's so boring to follow all the regulations. That being said, it would probably be even worse without them. Total chaos, actually. Anyway, at the end of the day, someone has to do the thankless jobs, and the people at the Foundation are the only ones willing to do them.
As the Foundation's most loyal partner, Xena has always been committed to creating a brighter future for both Arcanists and humans. That includes fighting Manus Vindicta, as well as any other conflicts and chaos in the world.
It's a mindless gun. The Foundation points, and Xeno shoots.
Precisely. Countless soldiers have perished in the storm, and they've all been deemed necessary sacrifices.
I have to tell you, I don't like Xeno's role in all this.
Neither do I. But an order's an order. Even if it sends your soldiers to die meaningless deaths against an enemy they couldn't possibly defeat. Still, we march on without hesitation, pushing our weary bodies deeper into the storm. But how much longer can Xena keep going, Lieutenant? How long until our knees buckle and we fall to the ground?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Arcana isn't that. We detected life signs after the explosion of the vacuum bomb.
That's impossible.
Yes, it is impossible. It would take a miracle for her to survive. Do you believe in miracles, Lieutenant?
I'd sooner believe the ramblings of a drunkard.
That may be the case, but when a miracle worker appears, there will always be people who follow them, like sheep follow a shepherd. So, when the desertion incident occurred, I wasn't surprised. I was infuriated, however. Not because they abandoned Xena, but because they murdered their own officer.
Damn traitors.
Back before the first storm, human and Arcanius troops got along well. We set aside our origins and united under a common banner. Our bloodlines meant nothing next to our bond as comrades in arms. But the storm changed everything. As a soldier, I must obey my superiors. I sent my men as ordered, no question asked. But does it really make no difference if the place they die a martyr's death isn't a battlefield? Like war, these things are never simply a matter of black and white. Lieutenant, what do you think of the timekeeper?
I trust her completely.
Sounds like you'd gladly sacrifice yourself for her. We need more leaders like the timekeeper. Manus Vindicta, the Foundation. They are just two sides of the same coin, aren't they? The Foundation, the PAC Security Council, Manus Vindicta. Which path do you think the timekeeper will eventually take, Lieutenant?
I trust in Vertzen's decision.
Я понимаю.
Ты уверен, что Зина не тестирует меня?
Нет. К Зине это не имеет никакого отношения. Я сейчас говорю с тобой как Игорь, а не адмирал.
What's going on? Lieutenant Lilia, you are under arrest for the assault on Admiral Igor. Assault? Oh, I get it. Stand down and surrender, Lieutenant. Even the booze here tastes lame. Come on then. You're not taking me down without a fight. Soldiers, fire!
Also got my enemies in my own way.
Huh. Bring it on. Show me what you got. You traitorous rats. I never intended things to turn out this way. Surrender now, Lieutenant, or I'll be forced to hurt you. Me? Surrender to you? You'll be the one who's surrendering, if I even give you the chance. Come on, soldiers. Do your worst. What a shame. Fire at will.
Well, that's your idea. Made it to your mind? Party planner. This was fine. Break it, break it.
I can't break it.
Oh, you deserve it. It's gonna break. It's
to read. Or this one. This book?
Made it to your mind?
Great. No space. Like a metaphor?
Oh, you deserve it.
Victory? Okay. But what does it mean to us? I mean, what does it prove?
There is no use resisting, Lieutenant.
Tell me, what's Igor planning?
Father will lead us to a future where meaningless sacrifices are no more. The die has been cast. I hope you know that this is nothing personal. I'm just following orders. Take Lieutenant Lilia to the holding cell. No one is to harm her without orders from the Admiral or me.
What?
We are traitors to Zeno now, Lieutenant. I am loyal only to my father. It's a pity, really. I would have liked to work with you in the future.
How long has he been planning this?
Ever since the preacher gave Father a gift and a path to a brighter future. Live or die, Lieutenant. I will never betray my family.
Don't worry, young comrade. Just hang in a little longer.
Huh?
All it takes is one lie to set off a chain reaction, and I'm afraid the butterfly effect has reached you. I have bad news. You've been betrayed. But there's good news, too. A certain flight lieutenant appears to be more loyal to you than the organization she swore to serve. You know him. The Admiral who was pitted against an enemy he couldn't possibly defeat. This conflict has left an incurable ulcer in his once lofty heart. Yet, as a leader, he must remain unyielding in both body and mind. Despite his continued victories on the front lines, he made a decision so counterintuitive that even his loyal adjutant found it questionable. The top brass always sees things differently, I suppose. Don't get your hopes up. He's more like a desperate patient than anything. Weary from the pain of his ulcer, and frantically searching for a way out. In his desperation, he has clutched at an opportunity presented by none other than the preacher herself. Deep down, he knows he's backed himself into a corner. Great. I'm done reading reports anyway. I look forward to your wise decisions. We need some good news for a change.
Father, Talimi and the unit have arrived.
So here they are. The army of justice ready to eradicate the Manus and the deserters in one fell swoop. During the last storm, the Foundation created this thing. And with the help of Laplace and the Apeiran Arcanists, they stole the fire of the gods, just like Prometheus. Which side would you choose?
I wouldn't. I would follow. Follow you wherever you lead.
Send someone to bring Stefan's belongings here. The traitor found something important at Tuesday's motel. Ptolemy will find it useful. That's all for now.
Understood.
Muldir, long time no see. What do you say? Do we give those humans a chance to surrender?
Manus Vindicate don't accept humans. But I doubt Father would blame you if you men allowed them to escape the base.
Escape the base? Muldir, are you having second thoughts? Either follow this path to the very end, or show mercy and get Father and the two of us executed.
So what then? You want to have a mass execution like Lopera did? On what charges? For refusing to join the rebellion? Disobeying orders?
Oh no. There will be no trials. All my men know about this plan. We're just waiting for Father's orders.
They all know?
Well, those who are still alive. The Manus have provided us with a miracle that allows us to survive the storm. How could anyone refuse such a sacred gift? Even after the total destruction caused by the vacuum bomb, we still detected life signs. No one in history has ever been able to do that. Lady Arcana is invincible.
I don't care about Arcana. What worries me is that the soldiers who are unwilling to follow us won't just surrender.
Then we shoot them.
I don't think that's...
Oh, Father.
Where are the others?
They went to rally the soldiers. We've been waiting for this day for ages.
For ages? How long have you known about this?
I told your siblings some time ago.
Then Lopera...
She's not part of the plan. Her only responsibility is to bring back Doris.
Doris? Who's that?
None of your concern. You have other things to worry about. Go issue your orders to your soldiers. Moldir, prepare the aircraft. We're going to Tierra del Fuego. How many of our soldiers do you think will remain loyal?
I'd say about 80%. The Arcanists will follow us. There's no doubt about that. But we still have a lot of human soldiers. Don't worry. I'll be sure to deal with them. The spilling of blood will only unite us further.
Take this and go to São Paulo tomorrow.
Oh, me too? So, if Moldir fails, you want me to use this little toy to get Lopera back?
No. You will bring Kimberly back from the veterans' residence. This is Kimberly's seal. As long as it's in your possession, she cannot disobey you. Bring her back peacefully, if possible.
Of course, Father. I will do as you wish. Right then, Moldir. Let's get started.
What's going on out there? Is the base under attack? By whom? The Manus has no reason to launch a frontal assault. The Apostles' Brotherhood? No, that's even less likely.
Get out! Quick, comrade!
Are we under attack?
Just take your stuff and go!
More enemies over here!
Finally, some interesting work. Whose part is the disallow?
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Agents have guns. It's called common
Don't blink.
sense.
Right wing. Time.
Please don't worry about me. Hang in there. I hear something. Forward! Talking out calms people down. The eagle's eyes. Fish. Sick eagle. Target found. Talking out, homes are down. Radio waves are everywhere. Look, take the offensive.
Did I meet your expectations?
Comrade! Berlin.
Lieutenant Mulder asked me to help you. Take care. Ah!
Kill them all.
No. Recall your troops and assemble.
All hands, assemble.
The bloodshed stops here. Mulder, time to head to São Paulo.
Forgive me for asking, Father, but what if Lopera refuses to come back?
Oh, Mulder, if it's too much for you to bear, I'd be happy to go and see our dear little sister for you.
No need. This is my mission. I will get her to come back.
There will be no alteration of the mission. Telemi, retrieve Kimberly.
the joke on November the 7th? I seem to have read it somewhere. Ah, it was on the issue of February the 29th. Report. I found a typographical error.